local people, local news and events, local sports, local matters. For all things Lloydminster area, this is Live with Kurt Price.
Hey, we want to welcome you inside the new Lloydminster Nissan, and right now in our service department here at the new Lloydminster Nissan, get 10% off parts and 10% off labor all May. So if you're looking for any kind of service to get done on your vehicle, come into the new Lloydminster Nissan or give us a call and make an appointment now, 780-875-3335. We're excited to have Jackie Tomayer from the Lloydminster Exhibition joining us on the show this morning. Jackie will be sharing details about this year's Lloydminster Fair, and she knows how much I love the fair, so this is a very exciting morning for us here on Live with Kurt Price to have some of the details coming out about this year's fair. July is the best month, and one of the things that makes it awesome is the fair. And you know I love the kids. I love the way the kids get so excited when the fair comes to town, because I used to be a kid like that myself. We come to Lloydminster to go to the fair.
Kurt, you're still a kid.
I'm still a big kid, yeah. Plus, we're going to make the draw today in the KM and KP Spring Sizzler contest for the barbecue. And we've got a year supply of KM Artesian hot sauce that goes with that. And in true Kenny Mac fashion, that's 24 bottles of KM Artesian hot sauce. And nobody can go through that, Kenny. I go through it, he said, so it's got to be. Plus, you'll get some GSP rub as well from KM Artesian. Superior Water specializes in nothing but water, and with over 22 years in the business, they're proud and confident that their water and their service is superior. For iron filters, water softeners, reverse osmosis systems, distillers, chlorine removal, and H2S odor removal, you can give Superior Water a call at 780-875-6636 or stop and see them at their 57th Avenue location right by Sheepskin Loft. And stay hydrated with pure, clean water. I drink Superior Water because I like the taste. After all, it is superior water. Cupcakes for Caregivers is a great way to recognize the people in our lives who go above and beyond to help others in our community. People like Faye Forges, who were excited to surprise yesterday with a dozen cupcakes to say thank you for the amazing care that she provides for her daughter, Bria. Bria's been ill, and Faye has been there for her through emergency visits and many appointments to the doctor. So we're proud to recognize Faye Forges as a wonderful caregiver and just a complete and total lovely person. We're glad to have her. She works right here with Live with Kurt Price as well. If you know somebody that is deserving of Cupcakes for Caregivers, we suggest you email us, livewithkurtprice@gmail.com. And Cupcakes for Caregivers is proudly brought to you by Sobeys Lloydminster and the Lloydminster and District United Way. Remember, 1 in 4 people are caregivers in some way. So nominate one of those caregivers today. Umbrella Marketing Design is proud to present Elevate 2025 coming up on May 10th. This is a day designed for young women ages 12 and 18 and their moms or mother figures to build life skills and learn how to stay safe. The day begins with registration, icebreakers, and introductions, followed by a panel of 5 speakers sharing their stories. Attendees will take part in chatterbox sessions, followed by empowerment sessions on topics like nutrition, physical health, life skills, and how to stay safe on social media. The keynote speaker is Jess Tatu, owner of 5 Just For You Day Spas in Saskatchewan and Alberta. She has a really unique story. Tickets are $65 each, or for a mom or daughter, $100 for the pair. Get tickets at umbrella-inc.ca. You're invited to the Housing and Homelessness Symposium on May 7th at the Nissan Hall at the Lloydminster Exhibition. The day includes guest speakers, 2 fireside chats, and participation from a whole lot of Social Action Coalition Society members like Kagan Neen. And Kagan told us while the unhoused situation in Lloydminster will be discussed, that's just one of the aspects that is important for this event.
Seniors housing is in significant shortage as well. Affordable housing, transitional housing for those that are coming out of recovery, they're in need of more solutions as well. So there's just, the cost of living is extremely high right now.
I'm excited to be leading 2 of those fireside chats, so if you have questions, you can send them to me, and I will get them as best I can to the people involved in that fireside chat. And again, there's 2 of them, so you can go to the City of Lloydminster website, get your tickets for $25. They're only $25. If you do have questions, you can email livewithkurtprice@gmail.com. The Household Recycling Roundup is this Saturday, runs from 10 to 2 at the Lloydminster Exhibition. Is there anything that happens in this town that doesn't happen at the Lloydminster Exhibition, Jackie?
We have a lot going on.
Yeah, there's a high school rodeo there this weekend too.
Yep.
So there's a lot going on. You can drop off toxic substances like paint, medication, propane tanks, tires, and electronics. Labus will also be hosting a barbecue during the roundup. So if you can't make it out, Rita McKilchuck told us that pickup is available.
So you can give Melissa a call anytime from now till 6 p.m. on Friday for a pickup. And the only thing we're not picking up, like we don't pick up appliances, we don't accept appliances, and we don't pick up tires. If you're bringing tires, you have to bring the tires down.
Pickup can be arranged. Call 306-821-7257. 1 week from today, we'll deliver our first spring meal to a local farmer. Feed the Farmer is back. You can nominate a farmer on our sponsor pages, including the Live with Kurt Price page, to win a delicious roast beef meal delivered right to the farmer. Winners will also be entered into in one of two $500 Diamond 7 Meats gift cards, plus 160 acres of aerial spray from Bradley Air. First delivery, again, is coming up on May 8th, so enter today. And a special thanks to our incredible sponsors, Bradley Air, Diamond 7 Meats, Sobeys Lloydminster, Horizon Ag and Turf, Richardson's Pioneer, BASF, and back with us every single year again, the Tent Guys as well. Time now for a new segment here on Live with Kurt Price. We're very excited to have an entertainment segment that comes your way each Thursday on Live with Kurt Price to highlight what is happening in Lloydminster and what you can be entertained with around the border city. So we start off with Live in Lloydminster, doing everything entertainment and more, by checking in with Sierra at the Vic Juba Theatre.
Exciting news. We have a bunch of shows coming up. These are the ones I'm most excited about. On May 11th, we have Ottawa-born comedian, host, and actor John Doerr. You may recognize him from shows like How I Met Your Mother. The next day, on May 12th, we have Lisa Brokop and Paul Jefferson with their tribute to Patsy Cline and Hank Williams. Switching gears to focus on local talent, on May 2nd and 3rd, we have Center Stage Studios performing Cinderella.
I think it's really awesome because ever since I was young, I always loved Cinderella's my favorite Disney princess. So to feel like I'm that I feel like the younger me would be really happy.
And then after that, on May 7th, we have Fame Dance Studios presenting Paws and Pirouettes, a Border Paw fundraiser variety show. Finally, a week after that, on May 15th, we have LPSD and LCSD presenting Pechakucha Synergy, where individuals take the Ulmer Chevrolet stage to tell us their stories. Stay tuned for more upcoming shows and check out our website to see all of the show times for many more shows that I don't think I can fit in one video. We hope to see you there.
You can catch a movie at May Cinema 6 starting tomorrow and running through Thursday. Here's what's playing. Plus, you can catch the newest entry into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Thunderbolts arrives at May Cinema 6 after being ensnared in a deadly trap. An unconventional team of anti-heroes must confront the darkest corners of their past on a dangerous mission. Thunderbolts starts at May Cinema 6 tomorrow, and that's one of the ones that you've got to see on the big screen. You can get your tickets now at maytheaters.com. Outlaw music is coming to kids, Scotty. The Lloydminster Lions, Parton Productions, and Live with Kurt Price proudly present The Highwaymen, a tribute to Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson, and Chris Christopherson. May 8th, 1 week from today, 780-871-1505 for tickets. This 7-piece band will deliver an authentic Highwayman experience, taking you back to some of the best, if not the best country music ever made. You can also pick up tickets at Exhaust Masters. And at Cheers Live this Saturday night, catch 2019 Global Star Search winner Justin Sutton and North of 49. It's a high-energy hillbilly music with 5 vocals and a fiddle in the mix, and tickets are $25 at the door or $20 on Eventbrite. And that's entertainment for what we call last-minute Lloydminster. They're committed, certified, reliable, and they'll help you get your life back. Plus, they're celebrating their 10-year anniversary today. BioClean Disaster Services is Lloydminster's local restoration company. They're also Lloydminster's largest restoration company. Call 1-833-246-8326. They'll take care of your property, take care of your belongings, but more than anything, take care of you and your family. And today, they'll help you take care of lunch. You can stop in at BioClean Disaster Services from 11 to 1 this afternoon and enjoy a burger with proceeds going to Big Brothers and Big Sisters, and that is by donation. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we've got Jackie Tomayer to give us all the details, and we're really excited about this, the 2025 fair this July.
At CK McKean Roofing, they understand what it took to put that roof over your head for your family. With over 20 years of experience under their belt, they strive to show you that with their workmanship and their integrity. Not all roofing companies are created equal, and that's why CK McKean Roofing encourages you to focus on your most important investments, your home and your family. CK McKean Roofing. Roofers do it on top.
At Diamond 7 Meats, we work with local farm families to provide a high-quality product and a great selection for you. Try our mouth-watering smokies, pulled pork, roast beef, and more, made pure and natural with no additives or fillers. We offer custom processing, and our experienced team works for you to provide a selection of sausage, burgers, and jerkies made to your specifications. Take your grilling to the next level with a Yoder smoker. Complete the grilling experience with Canadian-made, award-winning line of House of Q barbecue sauces. We're locally owned and operated, and we look forward to seeing you today.
At Lloydminster and District Co-op, membership matters more. Because being part of a co-op means you're connected to something bigger than yourself. From long-held legacy by those who built our communities, to people you call family, friends, and neighbors. When you're a Lloyd Co-op member, you're an owner in a local business that prides itself on purpose alongside profit. You earn cash back, you help support causes that matter most, and you're building a better way of life for the next generation. Membership matters more.
Spend less time chasing wind speeds and more time doing what matters. Bradley Airspray handles your mid-season applications with speed, precision, and zero crop damage. No ruts, no delays, just fast, efficient coverage that protects your yield and preserves your time. Join us June 18th at their grand opening at the Lloydminster Airport, where Bradley Air will enter you to win 160 acres of spraying. You can call or text 780-205-7767. That's 780-205-PROP to book Bradley Air Spray, because your time is worth more. Really excited to have with us Jackie Tomayer to talk about what is happening at the Lloydminster Exhibition. So we welcome you back inside the new Lloydminster Nissan, and we'll talk about the fair in just a moment. But glad to see Chase the Aces back.
Yep, we started last week was our first draw. Last night we had our second draw, and yeah, we're just gonna roll.
You didn't hold back. The pot starts at $25,000.
It does. Yeah, that's important to us, because if somebody is in it with us from the beginning, we want to make sure that if they happen to draw that Ace of Hearts, which could happen any week, that they're going to be, they're going to have a nice prize.
Yeah, last night's was a pretty good prize for the week. Almost $1,000.
Almost $1,000.
For
yeah.
week number 2.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a decent increase from, previous draws we've done.
I think one of the big things people maybe don't know is that you can actually set it up so you don't have to remind yourself every week to buy your ticket. I know a lot of people like to come in and buy directly and buy at Lloyd Ex. You can certainly do that, but you can set it up so it's weekly, right?
Yep, and if that Ace happens to go, those subscriptions stop immediately, so there's no risk, right? So you're just set up and you can go, and you don't even have to think about it. You get your tickets to your inbox, and you're like, oh yeah, right, I bought tickets, and you're good to go.
So Heather and I were watching online, because you can watch it online every Wednesday at 7:32. We were watching online last night, and Heather's one of the proxies, and she was sweating. She was like, what if it goes already? Like, what if he gets the ace already here?
He wasn't far off.
Yeah, he wasn't far
No.
off. No, he
No.
wasn't at all. Yeah.
We're always looking at that because it's backwards to where you pull it, blah, blah, and we're always like, oh, that was really close.
Yeah, and he went right to the side.
Yeah.
And then he flipped him over like, oh, man.
Yeah.
He was pretty
Yeah,
close.
Heather loves it. John loves it. Our game day personnel, as we call it, we all make plans to have, a second person if we can't be there, but we all have FOMO. We're like, no, we've been doing this 4 years now.
Yeah.
We can't miss a Wednesday night. This is our life now.
Well, how much stuff have you guys been able to accomplish
Oh,
because of Chase the Ace?
Kurt, it's just been incredible because Chase the Ace, to dispel any myths, can't go to just general operating. We can't pay salaries. We can't pay the electricity bill. We can't pay. So it has to go to specific things that we apply for in our grant into the application to SLGA. So the convention center, the renos that have happened and actually we're gonna be starting new renovations next week on the outside of it. So that is all Chase the Ace money, and that is money that normal operations just couldn't. We could never save that kind of money to do those kinds of things. We did a big infrastructure with fiber lines to get out to the grandstand and out to the tower to make that, more accessible to us for our events, but also renters. We did a light project in the wagon camp area for safety and for efficiencies. So we put a big light project out there. So it just pays for all the extras that we maybe just can't take out of general operating to pay for and to enhance our safety, to enhance our facilities, to keep up with normal wear and tear on a facility like ours.
What do you hope to accomplish with this?
Similar things like that, just beautification. We do have a very end of life grandstand, so we're continually to squirrel money away for that. We don't have any proposed plans. We don't have any drawings. Those cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. So we just continue. The board does a really great job of prioritizing projects, and we just continue to work through those projects, what we need. Our floors in our two main trade halls, the Cullingan building and the Sask Ag Dealers building, there's sumps around the sump covers. That concrete's breaking away. So now we have safety concerns. And so those things that the public maybe doesn't see that need to take place, that's what this money is there to help us do, to maintain.
You were at a conference? Do you call it a conference last week? You got some good news.
Yeah, press conference. The regional ag societies, there's 7 of them in Alberta, received some very timely funding to help with a master asset kind of plan or study. So they're going to come in and we've hired a company to come in and help us figure out, and what's our lifespan on some of these facilities? What do we need to prioritize? What does our return on investment on some of these things be, as well as some other projects? And then there was a little bit of money to help us with those inflationary costs that we're just having trouble with, carbon tax, utilities, insurance, those kind of things. So the government of Alberta recognizes the importance of ag societies in Alberta and have come to the table. And I think this is just the first step. Like you said earlier, is there not much that doesn't happen in Lloyd? It doesn't happen at Lloyd Ex. If we didn't have Lloyd Ex, Lloydminster would have a big hole. And the government's recognized that. Building rural is important, so this is a first step into this, and there's so many other ag societies in Alberta. There's another 280, and I believe that they're going to see the value in all of us and what we bring to our communities.
Well, we were there this morning for the inclusion breakfast. This weekend we'll be there for Lavis's barbecue and the household roundup. There's a rodeo happening there this weekend. I was there last Friday night. I think I was there 2 days.
I tell people all the time, year over year, it depends, but we're about $2.5 to $3 million is raised through our facility for other nonprofits and other initiatives. That's huge. Our community, our Health Gal, our Rescue Squad, the Bobcats, like all of these organizations that turn to us to help them put on these fundraising events, inclusion.
And with all the carbon tax, how much over your rebate did you get?
Zero.
Yeah, exactly.
Zero.
Let's talk about Fair.
Yeah.
When is Fair this year?
Yeah, Fair is July 9th to 12th this year. And man, I feel like, I don't want to say the C word because it's gone, but I feel like I'm really excited about Fair this year. It feels like our team is dialed in on some amazing things, and we just I think we're just over that hump of rebuilding, and now we're really projecting what we envision fair to be.
What is that vision? What like, are we going to see the rides out front again this year?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So and yeah, that's I think
You know I
they're-
like that because it's pavement.
that's I think there to live. I think that is where fair will be from now on, and we may try to look to expand that. But the vision of fair is Lloydminster's Fair. It's not the Lloyd Ex's Fair. It is Lloydminster's Fair, and we have some really cool components coming. Brandy Hofer approached us a few months ago and said, "I want to bring an event to Lloydminster, and I think the fair's the right spot." And I said, "Tell me more." She said, "I want to bring Mural Fest." That is what I want the fair to be, is other components, not just rides and midway and mini donuts. Those are all important, but this is a celebration of our community, of art and culture and sport and entertainment and of course, that everything that is fair.
What is
Agriculture.
Mural Fest? What is
So Mural Fest, Brandy's, she's the brainchild behind all this, but it's been done in other communities. But she is going to secure cement barricades and bring in artists to paint those over the 4 days. So you will actually get to see, professional artists painting these for businesses. So New Lloydminster Nissan could purchase one of these barricades and have it on display here after Mural Fest. And it could be something that is really passionate to New Lloydminster Nissan. But people are going to be able to watch these painters paint these over the 4 days.
kind of a competition too?
I don't know if there's prizes and stuff,
Okay.
but definitely a display of art.
Okay, that's new this year.
Super cool.
That is Mural Fest.
Yeah, Mural Fest.
Over the 4 days, over the entire 4 days.
Yeah.
What else can we expect new this year?
Yeah, well, before we get into what our programming, I'll just continue on with some of the things that our community partners are helping us with. The Lloydminster Bobcats are going to run a 3-on-3 hockey tournament for 1 day. So again, we're bringing in other organizations that can showcase at the fair. We're working with Chris King to do a basketball tournament on 1 day, and we're working with Viking Strength to do a strongman competition.
Oh, wow.
So we're bringing in more elements that, just help showcase the really amazing culture we have in Lloydminster, because we have some amazing people and organizations here that do great things.
And go back to kind of like early fair days.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, we're just showcasing our whole community.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the Viking Strength is like,
Yeah.
In the old days,
Yeah.
that's what the fair would have been.
Yeah.
A lot of it would have been
Yeah.
about.
And we're going to pair that a little bit. It's going to be out at the grandstand, and we're going to pair that a little bit with our heavy horse show. So we're going to have horsepower, and then we're going to have manpower, and we're going to kind of, do one class of heavy horse and an element of strongman.
Right.
And I hope that will bring two different many demographics to see the heavy horses, because those are a sight to be seen. They're so majestic and incredible. And then to see these strongmen come as well.
That's a good point. Like, because we sometimes skip over the ag part of the fair when we go to entertainment. So there is a huge agricultural part to this fair, and we think about that when we go back to the old days of fair.
Yeah, our mission, I would say, is to make sure that people remember where agriculture came from, where their food comes from. So we have an entire building that's dedicated to, we call it Country Lane, in the Dick Jones Sales Pavilion. So that has a petting zoo, it has ag education, it has different elements, but then we also have our ag shows. So this year we always have our sheep show, which is always a fan favorite because the kids dress up in a costume class, and that's always, a little 2-year-old with a little sheep and their bumblebees, and they're super cute. We have a goat show coming. This is the first time the goat shows come. We have a poultry show for the second year. The poultry show last year was super cool, and people really enjoyed seeing all the different types of birds and poultry. We have a longhorn show coming, so that will be new. Team roping, team penning, gymkhana. We have a cattle dog trial coming, so you're going to get to see dogs, like they would out on a ranch, work the cattle and go to work.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and then our heavy horses. We have the pull, we have the hitches, we have the show itself. So these magnificent beasts, a lot of them come from Calgary Stampede, and then they come up to our show. And we're just, if you've never been inside the buildings or you've never come and seen ag, please try and search that out and see all the different ag. We have baby chicks, we have the petting zoo, lots of cool ag education opportunities.
The things kids love.
Yeah.
Petting zoo.
Yeah. Oh, they love it. And
Yeah.
and our committee did a tremendous job last year with our petting zoo. So I'm really excited to see where they can take it this year.
Is there a trade show aspect to the fair this year?
Yeah, that's another big change. So we've tried to move our trade show around a little bit, and we're kind of going back to our roots. So we're going to put the trade show in the Culligan building, and so it's going to kind of be back to your regular, what you used to see at the fair trade show. And we have corn maze is going to be in there for the kids, and we'll put some seating in there. And we're just hoping that we get lots of vendors and people can come and see some cool stuff at the trade show.
So every year Heather enters buns, she enters.
Yes.
How do you get involved with that?
Yeah, so that's our Creates It competition.
Yeah.
Forms are online. This year, the committee, again, I challenge our committees to make changes every year. I don't want to see add something new or change something. This year they have a 3D printed competition in it. So there's a class for 3D printed items because that's becoming quite popular with young kids or people. But you have all your traditional quilts and baking and photography, painting. It's that is so cool. And our local to Lloyd store is back. So that's an area we reserve just for local to Lloyd kind of handmade businesses.
Okay.
So we can showcase, our local artisans or our local makers.
Kind of separate from the trade show.
Yeah, soaps and beads and things like that. The gal that she comes with and she makes custom cups and things like that. So
Right on.
Yeah.
What are we looking at when it comes to the rides?
Yeah, so I actually just had a call a couple weeks ago with our ride provider, West Coast Amusements. They have went out and secured a couple brand new rides, and these rides come from overseas. They're coming from Germany, they're coming from Italy. So they have a couple new ones. He didn't tell me exactly what they are, but they have a couple new ones that'll be hitting the road this spring. They're already going out in BC. So
I feel like last year there was a lot of big kid rides.
Yep. Yeah, and I'm sure there'll be lots more. And one thing that we're just in the process of doing right now is dust control for the back. So I know that we have heard that that's been a major concern. So we found a new product, and we're excited to try that out this year. So that hopefully the back where the kiddie land is and the kiddie rides is a little cleaner, and we have the dust under control.
No chuck wagons this year.
No chuck wagons.
So that'll keep some of the dust down as well.
Yeah, it will. And back there, we will have our Yard Thrill Show is a lumberjack show for back there. So I'm hoping people will enjoy watching the lumberjacks climb the poles and chop the wood and all those things. So that's going to be a great show. And we always have, Tim and Sheila's Ernestine Hatpin.
Yep.
They're always there to entertain the kids too.
Can you get your armbands early again this year? You sell them at the mall?
Yeah, we'll be back at the mall. That's been a great partnership, and they've been very supportive of our program. And
are we a ways away from that yet? Am I getting too far?
That'll be, I believe they start maybe that third week of June or the last week of June. It's kind of just the 2 weeks prior to fair.
Okay.
You can get your wristbands, your admission tickets for a discount.
Now, we've seen some pretty big bands come through in the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have for entertainment this year?
So this year, the Wednesday night of fair, we are going to transition our convention center into a bit of a beer gardens, and we have High Limit coming. They're a band from Onion Lake. They're so talented, and we are very excited to have them. So they'll be our evening performance.
Okay.
Thursday night, we are going to once again go back to our Filipino community, and we said, what do you guys want? We had a couple of great performances the last 2 years. Our gentleman last year was tremendous. He was so good. They asked for karaoke night, so we're gonna try and find a really great host. Maybe you want to apply for the job.
Maybe.
And we're going to do karaoke night. So we're super excited to see what kind of talent's in Lloydminster for karaoke. And then that's Thursday night. Friday night, we're going to do a bit of a local spotlight in that Beer Gardens Convention Center area. We're going to have Jordan Pollard with Dirt Rich. We've asked Earl Stevenson to come. Maybe Kenny Mack wants to come and do a set. So we're just hoping to showcase some local artists. And then Saturday night, this is the big change, Kurt, is we are going back to the grandstand.
Back outside.
We are going to do a show outside. We have a band coming from Vegas called Spandex Nation. And they are 80 to 89 cover tribute band. And they are phenomenal. They are so much fun. They are amazing, incredible musicians. And this is their first international gig. They are so excited to come up to Canada and perform for us.
The 80s music.
Yeah.
The 80s.
Yeah. So if you go to Vegas, you will recognize them possibly from Fremont Street. They do, 3 or 4 nights throughout Vegas, but they do a lot of shows on Fremont Street every single week. So
fantastic. What am I missing?
Yeah.
What am I forgetting?
Our daytime entertainment we have in the convention center. We are going to do every day. We're going to do bingo in there. We think that'll be fun. And maybe if it's really hot in in that midday, people can escape the heat and come and play bingo. We also have an Elvis performer coming.
Oh.
So Elvis is coming to the fair. And yeah, that's kind of all that's happening.
Does he perform every day?
He'll perform twice a day.
Twice a day?
Yeah.
Every day, twice a day?
Every day, yeah. So we're hoping. I had a good friend that runs Blue Suede Festival, one of the biggest Elvis festivals in the world, I believe. And so I reached out to her and said, "Do you got anyone that would come to Lloyd and perform Elvis for us?" So she did. So I'm excited about him. We have our clown back. He was here last year and he was a big hit. He even went on some rides with some of the guests and stuff.
Yeah, I saw him around.
Yeah, he was really great. The parade, of course, to kick off the fair. Parade last year was tremendous. Our biggest one, in many, many years, and I anticipate just the same this year.
What's the theme this year, Jackie? I put you on the spot.
Yeah,
now.
You did.
Yeah.
We decided it so long ago. I'm gonna have to get back to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, 9 to 12.
You got some time to plan.
Oh, and then the big cap off after Spandex Nation performs on the grandstand. We'll roll into our fireworks.
Oh yeah, that's
and
right.
everyone's going to be there anyway because they're going to be there dancing and watching Spandex Nation.
Yeah, it kind of closes out the fair, right?
It does. It does. So there's a lot of things going on. There's no lack of entertainment or things to see or do at the fair this year. Every day is jam packed, and we hope people come and enjoy. That's our biggest goal, is that people come and enjoy.
Thank you, Jackie. We appreciate you coming on the show and sharing the entertainment and everything with us. And being the first, I asked Jackie, I'm like, "So you've been on both radio stations and announced?" She said, "No." So we feel very honored that you come here first. So we appreciate it.
We appreciate.
Makes us feel more like part of the community. So.
Hey, well, and thanks for having this platform to get our word out. Advertising can be challenging these days. There's so many ways you can get it out, and I think her ear show delivers to our community what's going on.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you.
We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we've got this barbecue to give away. It's a Canadian-made barbecue. You're going to win that. Plus, we have 24 bottles on the most popular flavors, too, of KM Artisan Hot Sauce to give away as well. Kenny Mack will join us in just a moment. By the way, you got to pick this up today, or it's coming home with me.
How can you help support the oil and gas industry and jobs in Western Canada? The answer is closer than you think. Sell your scrap metals to PWM Steel. PWM sells scrap iron to Evraz, located in Regina. Evraz's #1 customer is the energy sector, building pipes and plates for the oil and gas industry. PWM Steel is your locally owned metal recycler and steel service center in the area. Plus, they're a strong supporter of the community. PWM Steel, your top steel supplier for Alberta and Saskatchewan for 40 years.
At Jason Arden Associates Cooperators, we're proud to be a top-rated local insurance company that offers flexible solutions and expert advice for all your insurance and investment needs. We'll work with you to tailor your insurance specific to your needs, and we offer investment advice that always puts you first. At Cooperators, one of our core values is to give back to the communities that we live in. Thanks to the support of our clients in Lloydminster and area, in 2023, Jason Arden Associates has donated $40,000 to local nonprofits, charities, students, athletes, and other special events. How does your insurance company support our community?
I'm Brian Zinchuk of PipelineOnline.ca. I used to be a pipeliner, and I've spent the last 15 years reporting on energy in Saskatchewan. PipelineOnline.ca provides comprehensive coverage of light oil, heavy oil, lithium, helium, power production including coal, wind, solar, geothermal, natural gas, and nuclear. There's a lot happening in Saskatchewan's energy sector, and Pipeline Online is there for all of it. No one else comes even close.
It's more than just taxes at L&A CPA. Assurance, accounting,
retirement planning, estate planning, business consulting, financial consulting, farm program support, and bookkeeping. But yes, there is always taxes. The team at L&A CPA is committed to helping you achieve your best results and will be there to assist you every step of the way. L&A CPA, with offices in Provost, Vermilion, and Lloydminster.
At CK McKean Roofing, they understand what it took to put that roof over your head for your family. With over 20 years of experience under their belt, they strive to show you that with their workmanship and their integrity. Not all roofing companies are created equal, and that's why CK McKean Roofing encourages you to focus on your most important investments, your home and your family. CK McKean Roofing. Roofers do it on top.
At Diamond 7 Meats, we work with local farm families to provide a high-quality product and a great selection for you. Try our mouth-watering smokies, pulled pork, roast beef, and more, made pure and natural with no additives or fillers. We offer custom processing, and our experienced team works for you to provide a selection of sausage, burgers, and jerkies made to your specifications. Take your grilling to the next level with a Yoder smoker. Complete the grilling experience with a Canadian-made, award-winning line of House of Q barbecue sauces. We're locally owned and operated, and we look forward to seeing you today.
At Lloydminster and District Co-op, membership matters more. Because being part of a co-op means you're connected to something bigger than yourself. From long-held legacy by those who built our communities, to people you call family, friends, and neighbors. When you're a Lloyd Co-op member, you're an owner in a local business that prides itself on purpose alongside profit. You earn cash back, you help support causes that matter most, and you're building a better way of life for the next generation. Membership matters more.
I'm Brian Zinchuk of PipelineOnline.ca. I used to be a pipeliner, and I've spent the last 15 years reporting on energy in Saskatchewan. PipelineOnline.ca provides comprehensive coverage of light oil, heavy oil, lithium, helium, power production including coal, wind, solar, geothermal, natural gas, and nuclear. There's a lot happening in Saskatchewan's energy sector, and Pipeline Online is there for all of it. No one else comes even close.
Welcome back inside the new Lloydminster Nissan, and we're going to do this barbecue giveaway, the KM and KP Spring Sizzler contest in just a moment. But first, I want to tell you about Wellings of Lloydminster. Wellings of Lloydminster is a brand new community within a community, helping you live life to the fullest. Their mission is to build connection, foster community, and enrich the lives of their 55-plus members. Enjoy more freedom. That's freedom to travel. That's freedom to spend more time with family. The summer's coming up. You want to go to the lake with your family. You don't want to have to be cutting grass. There's none of that at Wellings of Lloydminster. At Wellings, independence speaks for itself, and the social opportunities are endless, especially because they're building a clubhouse. Visit Wellings of Lloydminster at 3211 72nd Avenue on the Alberta side. Gorgeous 1- and 2-bedroom villas are available now, and 2-bedroom units include a garage deep enough that you can have a car and a workbench. You can learn more at wellingsoflloydminster.com. Well, once again, we got Kenny Mack here from KM Artisan Hot Sauce. Am I saying it right? Because Faye and I have been doing this the whole time. I've been saying artesian.
A lot of people say that. It's actually pronounced artisan.
Artisan.
But
Faye was, okay, Faye, you were right. Okay.
I mean, if you called me Kenny, I probably wouldn't.
Well,
I might tell you.
My wife is right at home, and my work wife was right here. So
Your work wife.
I guess I'm never right. Fine.
That's okay.
I guess I'll just take my hot sauce and go home. No.
So there's a lot of people that didn't actually see the show where we introduce what we're gonna do. So. I've had lots of questions, you probably have too, about how many bottles of hot sauce is a year's supply?
And for a normal person, I feel like it would be from 8.
Right. Exactly.
Maybe a max of 8 to 10 bottles.
Right.
But not you.
This will wreck your fridge if you put them all in there all at once. 26 bottles of hot sauce.
Well, do you have to put them all in there?
No.
Like, you don't have to store them in cold, do you?
Purposely, I started, when I started making hot sauce, it's important to me because I know that not everybody puts their hot sauce in the fridge. It's important to me that the pH is low enough that when you open it, you can keep it on the counter. It's still good for a year after you open it on the counter. But if you do put it in the fridge after you open it, it's good for 3 years. But if your hot sauce is lasting you 3 years, why are you buying hot sauce?
Well, I remember the old days I worked at Bonanza.
Yes.
We used to have the Tabasco on the table. That would last.
Yeah. Tabasco
It would last for a long
forever.
time.
That stuff's fermented. And have you ever seen that on TV? Like they've got these huge warehouses and they're fermented in big oak barrels. And they've got miles and miles of oak barrels.
Is that what you want to get to?
No. I mean, we will get that big. I'm pretty sure. It's so delicious.
So how many flavors did you bring us?
13 flavors. So I have 13 flavors that are available like all the time on our website. And then this doesn't include any of the seasonals because we don't have any seasonals out. And I'll tell you, like I've got, if, fast forward 5 years, we'll have 30 flavors. Like, I mean, it's endless, right? So, like, obviously we won't have 30 flavors, but we'll, whichever ones just don't do very well. Like, we found that the root beer and Dr. Pepper one, Procter Depper.
Procter Depper.
Procter. Yeah. It's the Procter.
Procter Depper. It says it right here on the bottle.
It tastes suspiciously like a soft drink out there, though. Yeah, but anyway. Those weren't
for
doing
trademark reasons.
Yeah, they weren't doing very well.
Depper.
And then we were going to the shows, and people are like, "Oh, I came here for the root beer."
Oh yeah,
and I was like,
real deadly
root beer. So it's not just regular root beer; it's real deadly.
And then this one is your signature sauce. It actually has the Kenny Mac signature.
Yeah. I thought, well, we have characters on every one. What should I do on there? I'm like, let's put my signature on there.
How hard do you work at the labels? Like who helps you with the labels?
Daryl Amundrud in Lloydminster does our labels now. Who created the logo and the first designs was Nick Brower from Kingdom Mind Media.
Right.
And we work back and forth. It's a lot of work.
I love that it's completely Lloydminster though.
Yeah, thanks.
It is completely Lloydminster.
Completely.
Like the designs, everything
100%.
is Lloydminster.
Yeah.
And that's the whole reason we wanted to do this contest, is to remind people there's people out there like Kenny Mac who, started this business right in Lloydminster. So when you buy it, and you're getting it in stores too.
Yeah.
You're supporting Kenny Mac.
Yeah.
And then Kenny Mac's giving back to our community in more ways than I know a lot of times you perform at a lot of events. No charge. You just do it because you're Kenny Mac and stuff like that.
Because it's fun. I mean, as long as people still want to have me sing a song, I'll sing it.
Yeah.
I'll be like George Jones. Oh, I can't sing, but you want me out there.
George Jones there was never a time George couldn't sing, Kenny.
You know what? I saw George Jones 4 times in concert.
Did you?
And my wife is the biggest George Jones fan in the entire world, and she saw him 3 times. Yeah, so I have that over her, which is kind of nice. But every time we see him in Edmonton, like he'd be at the end of his tour, and he's like, "Oh, I can barely." You didn't tell the guy was just done.
Save it for.
He's like 85.
Do you know that George Jones played in Grand Prairie at one time?
Did he?
And I always said, like, when we're building this arena here, and people go, "Well, who's going to come to Lloydminster?" Hello, we're right on the highway.
Oh man,
you never know who you're
Merle
going
Haggard
to
was
get.
here.
Merle Haggard was here.
I didn't get to see him.
Johnny Cash was here.
I heard. Yeah.
Johnny Cash was here.
Remember when
Charlie Pride was here. Kenny Rogers was here.
Do the oldies show back in the day?
Yeah, Sunday morning coming down.
I remember us talking about that, and I was like, "No way, I couldn't believe that." And it was like, I think it was early days of the internet, so not everything was readily available yet.
You remember when the Johnny Cash movie came out? So I went to see the Johnny Cash movie, and there was a lady there. It was like working with the radio station with Lloyd FM at the time. It was like the first night we're selling out the theater for Johnny Cash. You have to win tickets through CKSA. And so it was really diehard fans going of Johnny Cash's, right? And there was a lady in the front row, and she was telling me, she said, "I had the privilege of sitting in the front row at a Waylon Jennings concert."
Oh.
And she said, It was one of the best and one of the worst experiences of my life.
One of the best and worst.
And she said the music was incredible, but I couldn't stand the smell of the man.
No.
He had not showered, I'm sure, in weeks.
Oh, he looks like he doesn't shower.
He's like, isn't that
not out,
like that's hilarious.
He looks like he smells.
Yeah.
He smells like he looks.
So we have the highwaymen coming to Kitscotty 1 week from today, and when I did the interview with the guys, they were talking about how authentic that the Waylon Jennings, like they were like Waylon had a strange way of holding his fingers on his guitar. If you look, he doesn't hold his. He's like, if you're a big Waylon Jennings fan, you'll notice that at the concert. If you're like just an average fan, you might not notice, but he's like that. And now I'm wondering if Waylon is going to shower. If the guy who plays the Waylon character,
like,
because it's so authentic, he may not shower, right?
You know, but like that generation though, they didn't shower all the time.
They were just
like once a week or something.
They were just go, and I need more cocaine to do it.
Unfathomable.
Right? Like it was.
That's crazy. Like after 12 hours, like you're starting to. You need a shower.
You need a shower.
I don't care who you are. You go like 8-12 hours. You like no way, man.
Well, there's people who shower before work, Kenny, and there's people who shower after work, and there's people who don't shower at all.
Are you a before or after?
I'm a before guy.
Are you?
Yeah, you're probably an after guy.
I'm an after. Yeah, because of my job, and usually I'm quite dirty. Otherwise, I'd have 2 showers, and quite frankly, I sleep into the very last second. So
there was many years where I was a shower after work guy.
Yeah.
Right? Like even when I worked at Bonanza, I shower after work.
And it's okay if you
come
have
home
to.
just greasy.
Well, that's how you met my wife, right? Through the restaurant industry?
Yeah. Deanie was she working at Boston Pizza Hut?
Pizza Hut.
Yeah, she was working at Pizza Hut.
So she talks about the Pizza Hut days,
and I talk about the Bonanza
was
days.
like probably like the McDonald's days or whatever. Like everybody knows like somebody that's worked at McDonald's. I never have because I didn't grow up in a town that had a McDonald's, but like Pizza Hut was like everyone worked at Pizza Hut at some time.
Well, we always had this thing like with Boston Pizza came, and then there's Pizza Hut and us. It was like you knew a lot of people that you'd see. Like I remember going to a Rankin family concert, and like the whole row was like, oh, he works at Pizza Hut, he works at Boston Pizza, I work at Bonanza, she works here. You know what I mean? Like, and they were all restaurants. It was like all of us were working in
awesome.
Restaurants at one time.
And everybody was young, and now everyone's old, and you kind of see that. You never ever met that person, but you've known them for like 25 years. You just seen them at the mall for 25 straight years. Right?
Yeah. Well, and then you'd know one of the girls working at one of the other restaurants, and you'd tell anybody, hey, what's her name? What's like? She got a boyfriend? What's her story?
Yeah, that's so funny.
And then that's how the connection starts.
Yeah, that's great.
Right. So anyway, we got some hot sauce to give away. We got a barbecue to give away.
Did you introduce this barbecue?
This is a Canadian-made Sterling barbecue. We purchased it at Home Hardware. We got a smoking deal on it. We've got the receipt in here for you if anything happens. But that's a nice heavy lid. Hey,
this is a great
5
barbecue.
5, and then the burner. So there's actually 6.
Did you have to put this together then?
It was put together for us. Home Hardware put this together for us.
Have you ever put a barbecue together?
Yes, and I hope to never put a barbecue together again.
I know. I'm sure some of you guys out there are wondering, I don't want a barbecue if I got to put it together myself.
You win it, you got to pick it up today or comes home with me.
Yeah,
no,
that's right.
No, we'll give you some time to pick it up. But it's a gorgeous barbecue.
5 burners.
5 burners. We did the research on it to make sure it was made in Canada, like Sterling's made in Canada.
That's
so
awesome.
We're excited about that. And then of course we've got hot sauce that was made right here in Lloydminster.
Yes.
And how many stores are you in now?
Oh, well, it kind of fluctuates. I should know that off the top of my head, but I'd say probably 20 stores.
Okay.
Right now, and we've got some.
I know you're at Home Hardware.
Really cool developments come up. Yeah, Home Hardware.
You're at
is
Home
our
Hardware
latest one.
because that's what drew me to Home Hardware.
Oh, is it?
It's what drew me to Home Hardware was because I was thinking about this contest and doing the KP Spring Sizzler contest, and I wanted to buy some hot sauce, Kenny Mac hot sauce, in the store. So I went to Home Hardware. I'm like, you know what? We give away a barbecue and the KM Artisan hot sauce. Artisan hot sauce. And called you up, and you're like, "Let's do it, man."
Man, yeah, like thanks for reaching out to me because it's always a fun thing to do. This is the first time I've seen this barbecue, and Kurt did a fantastic
it's been sitting in my
job
garage for about a
looking
month.
for it. I mean, he was just like, well, it's going to cost this much, and how much do you think for, hot sauce? And we just kind of figured, and I was like, well, let's go 2 full lines and stuff. But as far as like home hardware, like I challenge you to go home to Home Hardware and not come home with some kind of a spice or sauce. Like
They do have a lot there.
it's awesome there. Like it
took me a minute to find yours actually on the wall.
But it fits.
Yeah,
like it looks
does
really
fit.
nice
It looks
there,
really
and it's
nice
like,
there.
yeah, it's exciting.
And I think when people think about shopping Canadian, supporting local, they do think of Home Hardware as well.
Oh yeah,
There's
I
no
agree.
doubt about it. Like I know Mike Myers was wearing the Canadian Tire shirt.
Yeah.
And that's fine, everything, but for me, I think Home Hardware.
Well, we have like one of the sweetest home hardwares like in
And we
the
do.
country. Like you've been to other.
Well, when people come here, they're like, we got to try the food we were told to try the food at Timberline Cafe, at Timber Cafe. So,
Well, we did a market there before Christmas time, and it was unbelievable the traffic that went through there. And it was a Sunday, and it was just awesome. Like we sold a ton of hot sauce, talked with a huge bunch of people, and it's kind of like not the same people that you see kind of everywhere. Like how everybody has their specific customers, and it was really good to kind of get a whole different like realm of customers and meet some new people. They could try some hot sauce and yeah.
So are we ready to give it away?
I'm ready.
So
Are
what
you
we've
ready?
done is we filled it up with all kinds of names here from the big draw. Get you to do it, Kenny.
We had one rule, and I'm sorry if you're not following Kurt Price Live and KM Artists and Hot Sauce.
You got to be following us.
You're not gonna win. So last night I made a post hoping, please follow both because we don't want to pull your name and find out.
Well, and you really help us out when you follow us.
Yeah.
Like when you like or follow us. And I think there's a lot of people that think they follow us because you invite people to follow your page.
Yeah.
But they take it for granted that they're following it because they still see stuff,
right,
but they're not actually following it. And you're like, I hope they someday follow, because when my numbers go up, it helps me with my advertising.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, so that, and it's all about, for me, I know it's all about you as well. Of course, we need some dollars to live on.
Yeah.
But it's also about supporting our neighbors.
Community.
Like,
and
we have people come on the show and, like Jackie comes on and she talks about the boundary wars that are happening, Denim will sponsor, the bike ride in September and stuff. We never turn them away because, and I always say to people, like, I saw somebody at Home Hardware one day actually, and they were like, oh, I bought a car, but I didn't buy it off you guys, sorry. And I'm like, did you buy it here? And they're like, yeah. Okay, well, you bought it locally. That's the first step is right.
Yeah.
You bought it locally, and we appreciate that because
And after it
when
breaks
this
down,
show was started, it
companies-
was about shopping local.
Yeah.
It was during COVID, we started the show, shop local, and I feel like at some points, we kind of go away from that. And then a lot of times, and then now, with what's happening with Trump, people are,
That's
gotta
huge.
shop Canadian, gotta shop, and we're like, we've always been shop Canadian. We're proud to have always been shop Canadian.
Yeah, I love
So,
that. And then when your car breaks down, come to Nissan. Right?
Come to Nissan, that's right. When you buy a car, used car at another dealership, and it goes to pot, come to Nissan. No. Okay, you ready to make this draw?
I'm ready.
Okay.
So this has been what, a month?
This has been a month, almost
in
a month to exact day.
And so, no strings attached. People are like, how can they give away a barbecue? Well, because we just want to.
That's right.
So
We
we're
just
giving a
want to.
barbecue. This is, I don't even know how much 26 bottles of hot sauce costs. It's a lot of money.
It's like
anyway, so
over $200.
you're going to do very well.
Oh,
So if we see this on eBay later on, we're not going to be happy.
All right, Kenny, you
want
do
me
it.
to
You do the draw. You do the
Okay,
draw.
so can't look.
Just one? Just get one?
I got the winner.
Got the one?
Can I see?
Tyler Renner.
Renner?
Renner?
Well, that's Tyler
That's
Lorenz.
Tyler Lorenz from it's Tyler Residence in
Recovery.
Tyler
Lorenz.
R in Recovery. That's Tyler Lorenz. Tyler, we just had him on the show not too long ago. Tyler Lorenz, you are our winner.
Look at this.
So get a truck, get down here, and pick up your barbecue, Tyler Lorenz. That's pretty awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
That's pretty awesome. There's
good.
There's a
We
guy
know.
who local. You talk about a local guy. There's
Yeah.
a local guy. There's a guy that
If
helps.
there's a guy that that supports local, it's Tyler.
It's Tyler.
So we're very happy. Thank you,
He's
Tyler.
got the barbecue and the hot sauce.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
That is awesome. Tyler, congratulations. We'll get a hold of Tyler. And wow, he's getting all the hot sauce. And we thank you for entering. Thank you for supporting KM.
Thank you so much.
Artisan hot sauce.
There you go.
I did it once
You did
right.
it. You did it
I did
well.
it once right. And live with Kurt Price. We do it again. Let's do it again next year.
Let's do it again next
Let's
year.
do it again next year.
Okay, awesome.
Thanks for checking us out. We'll be back with you. Faye, when are we back? Monday or Tuesday next week. We'll be back with you. It's rolling around in there somewhere. We'll be back with you next week.